Hey, this is Dr. Boone from Tampa, Florida for TOTUM Music. I think I'd be a guitar. Kind of going off of like the physics concept of string theory, where everything in the material world is composed of strings and that every action has a reaction. I really feel that synergy relates to my own life. When you think about dissonance, or you think about melody, or you think about quick chord changes or arpeggios or sweeps or pentatonic scales, I feel life represents a guitar very vividly. I mean, you're looking at it, it's in the studio, in the lab, in the asylum, in the workshop, just honestly just locking into this groove and just staying here until the early hours of the night kind of makes me forget about everything else that's going on outside. That's probably going to be music. I mean, it's honestly sort of like a religion to me. It's like church. It's like the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. I wouldn't be half the person I am today if not for discovering music. Going from psychobilly to techno to psytrance to tech house to folk to all of this, it's honestly changed my life. I'd say the best thing about creating music is when you're locked in the lab and you've been grinding for like 4 hours just to get that perfect bass line. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you're just focused on this. And so then you're out at the club and you're playing the track and you're like, how's this gonna go over? And you look out and you see someone and they're grooving to it. And you're like, all right, let's see if I can keep them. And then the drop hits and they freak out. I freak out. That's the best part about creating music, is the connection. It's to be able to put your soul into sound and see how people respond to your most intimate, delicate, secret, most feeling parts of yourself and soul. That's definitely going to be Ableton, and thank you very much, guys, for that. I mean, but seriously, if I'm up at night and I'm staring into the abyss, I'm usually wondering, oh man, why am I not in the studio? I'm not sleeping. Or I'm trying to figure out how to get that clap to be perfectly syncopated, or how to detune the organ to perfectly match the key structure. I'm sitting there and I see the Camelot wheel just spinning around. Yeah, it keeps me up pretty late. That's gonna have to be Symphony from Carter Walker. Unfortunately, we lost Carter last year. That's one of my best friends. And I was sitting out at Jackson's, and it's a club here in Tampa, and I was on the terrace watching my good friend Brian Busto, and he dropped Symphony, and I instantly recognized it as the track from TOTUM. And I looked out into the ocean, and my friend's no longer here with us. And it was kind of a beautiful feeling to know that, he is here with us, and that's a TOTUM track. It's phenomenal. It's gonna have to be the Windmill. Believe it or not, I'm a little older now, so I'm not really the machine I used to be. Now I'm an old machine. Well, first of all, I'd shake his hand, and I'd probably hug him and probably cry a little. No, but in all seriousness, I'd be like, man, Jaguar, that track changed my life. The tribal feel of this, I heard it when I was like 9 or 10 or something, and I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know it was house, tech house, whatever. I didn't know who Carl Cox was. I just knew that this was an absolutely just tribal track, just pumping, just feeling it. Honestly, my biggest inspiration are the record labels and artists that I work with from all over the world. It's honestly astounding to see the development of people. Like, I've worked with some artists since their very first track. Like, I've been their first label on Del Sol, my label, or Vanta Black, or After, whatever the case may be. Just to see like artists like Vax, Deljoy, Bonnie Hertz, Tables 86, just to see all these people like Suddenly Strange, Luke Liberati, that just progress. It's just honestly an amazing feeling. It's like growing up with people, and it's a huge inspiration. Honestly, if I have time, or if I'm closing out or playing a little later, I like to kind of walk amongst the people, just kind of feel it out, like not really get off the vibe that I'm there to DJ, just another guy in the crowd, kind of, overhear a thing or two here, oh, this has been a long week, or I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I like to kind of absorb what the crowd is feeling, and then when it's time to get on the decks, it's time to kind of eliminate all their stresses, to kind of bring it back up, to just be amongst the people, and to be able to go back into the booth and provide them something they've been desiring all week long. It's just honestly one of the best things in the world. Well, I just want to say thanks to Sue La Vie and TOTUM Music for having me. I'm absolutely enamored with TOTUM Music, and I'm blessed to be on the team. My most recent release, Paranoid EP, is still available. on TOTUM Music. You can get that worldwide everywhere. Until next time, this is Dr. Broom from Tampa, Florida. Peace.